I mentioned this in my community tab, but Republican Utah Senator J. Stewart Adams used his power to change local consent law to help a family member facing charges for SA to a 13-year-old girl. Like, this is literally corruption at some of the highest levels it can possibly be. And I'm not seeing any like MAGA Republican people even covering this at all, which is like, how can you just dismiss something like this? This is huge. It's for a family member, and it's actually manipulating the laws to help a family member get away with it. That's pretty crazy. And Matt here goes, this man went on a crusade against one transgender volleyball player last year out of concern for a girl's safety in sports. I think one of the interesting things about, what's going on in the GOP right now, in politics right now, is that the grifty stuff about trans people is literally fading away for them because it was never about protecting anybody or anything. It was all about maintaining power and exerting that power over citizens. That's all it ever was. And we're seeing that now. This is a prime example of that. You have someone that was fighting against trans people for the safety of young girls, and then he goes to literally try and, change consent laws. Who knows what's going to happen after this, to protect someone who was actually abusing someone. It's crickets from these guys. It's crickets. But it shouldn't surprise me, because one of my biggest criticisms where a lot of these people knew what they were doing, they understood the assignment, and for a long time they were able to hide behind, like, think of the children. Well, now we're saying, yeah, think of the children, and you guys aren't doing anything about it. You're actually covering it up. You're actually literally covering it up. And we're still standing over here waiting. Well, where's all this mountains of evidence against queer people? Zero. But tons of evidence against them, and literally the highest office in this country is covering it up. America 2025, right?